Symbiotes, a sentient, intergalactic goo that must merge with human hosts to create super strength beings. You may know the work of Venom, for example, a fangy toungy creep who wants to take over the world by populating it with more symbiotes. Cool! While there may be extraterrestrials out there looking for a new planet, symbiotes are fiction made up by the ever illustrious Marvel. But what if they were real? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel that loves a good delve into pop and comic culture. Today we're asking, what if symbiotes were real? If you haven't yet checked out our channel Top 10 Nerds, then please do. It's Symbiote Central. We're all about it. Also, before we get started, why don't you guys let me know if you've seen Venom yet? Also, do let me know what you would do if a symbiote inhabited your body. Do like this video and share it with a friend, just cause, you know, it makes us feel good. So symbiotes have the ability to merge with humans, and they need to do so in order to survive on planet Earth. In the Marvelverse, they are from the Kleintar species, and they arrive on Earth via a comet. When they take a host, they pair with them, enabling them to have superhuman strength and abilities, and when they leave, the original host often dies or relies on the intake of another symbiote. They're kind of like an addictive drug, I guess. So if symbiotes were real, then this would be pretty worrying for the good old people of Earth. If you've ever seen the movie Venom, enough damage is done by one of the hybrid creatures, let alone a whole race of them. Oh, and the fun news is, a symbiote offspring is stronger than its predecessor, which means they keep on getting stronger and stronger and more volatile. The thing is, as much as symbiotes want to live inside us, humans benefit from the pairing too. Not only do humans enjoy super strength and ability, hosting a symbiote can cure us of ailments while they're inside us. For example, Eddie Brock is able to survive indefinitely with terminal cancer, and those who are disabled are suddenly able to walk again. The superhuman traits would be very attractive to a lot of people seeking power, or more vulnerable people trying to survive sicknesses. For this reason, I feel like if symbiotes were real, humans would try and harness their powers, many willingly pairing with aliens to better themselves. Other perks of the symbiote union include the ability to change size and shape at will, which means that if we adopted them on a mass scale, people in the street might start looking a little bit different. They can also breathe underwater, which would mean that humans, or hybrid humans as we would become, can utilize more of Earth's space. Earth as we know it is 4/5 water. What would this mean for marine life? Could symbiotes merge with, say, whales? For all of their positives, symbiote-human hybrids are filled with rage as they lean towards the more negative areas of human instinct, which means a lot of destruction and negativity. Coupled with being a parasite who want to populate the Earth, this sounds pretty unstable and destructive. Clearly the authorities would need to try and stop symbiotes in their bid to infect humans. The only trouble is they're pretty unstoppable, although they do have a few weaknesses. The weaknesses are to sound, fire, and chemicals. Perhaps we could find a way to stop them with a military attack. Symbiotes are also dependent on a chemical to stay sane and healthy. This chemical, phenthlamide, is said to be found in the brain and in chocolate. So, Hershey's, Nestle, Cadbury, it's your big day. Or your worst day, depending on whether or not the authorities stop the production of chocolate to quell the symbiotes. The only issue is if we stop the chocolate, then there is one avenue left for them to stay fit. Brains. Oh, right, fun, cool. Symbiotes would start cannibalizing their hosts. But what would happen when too many have been eaten? Say the symbiotes take over the entire population, how can they form a productive society? With all their rage, they can't get it together to make chocolate, and if they eat all of their hosts, they'll die too. Can hybrid human symbiotes breed? I don't know. I would say the best course of action is for the authorities to nip the symbiote plague in the bud and lure them into a chocolatey trap, and then exterminate the blighters. Perhaps scientists would try and study the illness-evading properties of the symbiotes and replicate that DNA strand on Earth without all of the downsides, but honestly, they're so volatile. Even if we kept the remaining organisms in labs for study, what is to stop them getting out, like in Venom? We've had some fun talking symbiotes, but maybe they are real. Recently, a cigar-shaped comet passed by Earth that some scientists say could have been an alien probe. An alien probe comet filled with gloopy leeches, maybe. Or maybe not. But either way, there could be other life out there that we don't know about that wants to harvest humans or our our Earth's resources. What will we do then? I feel like NASA is keeping an eye out for us, and the world's governments probably have some kind of alien attack plan in place, but I suppose it all depends on how strong the other beings are. One final thing, not to shock you, but technically speaking, we are all symbiotes. It only means that we're fused together with other creatures. Our digestive system contains trillions of bacteria and other microorganisms, so watch out, I guess. So guys, what do you think would happen if symbiotes were real? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, while you're down there, why don't you like and share this video with a friend? Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Life's Biggest Questions. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.